Good morning, modern steaders. We've been getting a lot of questions lately about our pasture-raised pigs. So I thought today we'd take the time and we'd go over how we raise our pigs on pasture, the setup, and what are some of the things we are looking for. Let's go check on the pigs this morning. As you can see, they have plenty of apples to choose from. There is always plenty of free choice food for them here, whether it's between apples, our food scraps, our garden scraps, plenty of fresh greens. They have a big assortment to choose from. A lot of the vegetation in here we would call weeds or invasive species. We got like blackberries, rambleberries. We have brush. We have so much other stuff in here that is a nuisance to us. But realistically, when it comes down to it, a lot of it is herbs, and they're good and healthy for you. The pigs might not eat them all the time, but if they're not feeling well, or if there's something wrong with them, they know what to go and eat. They know what they need instinctually. Like blackberry plants are very good and healthy for you, and they serve a lot of medicinal uses. And the pigs, they know that, and they know what food or weed, herb, whatever you'd like to call it, they need to eat at the time. So being out on pasture and being mixed grass or brush and herbs is what you want them on. You don't want them on all the same kind of feed, because then they don't have a choice to get what they need when they need it. We have an automatic feeder set up out in the pen that we lock them in when we're not going to be home. Access to free choice feed all day long. I'm going to put a link in the video right here showing you how me and Olivia made our automatic feeder from rough sawn lumber. Not only do we have the automatic feeder, we have an automatic waterer. I built that last year using a 55-gallon food grade drum. I'll link that video here. Having an automatic waterer and feeder not only is great for the pigs, it saves me a lot of time throughout the day. I don't have to come out here and make sure they have water, because pigs are notorious for tipping over their water dishes, and if you give them a big bowl or pool, they're gonna swim in it and make a muddy mess. You're gonna be spending a lot of time cleaning it out. So the automatic water works awesome for them. We don't have running water out here, so I can't have a nipple hooked to a hose, so the 55-gallon drum works perfect. And same thing with the feeder. I don't have to lug feed to them a couple of times a day. I bring one 50-pound bag of grain out once a week, twice a week, and they have free choice to it. And they also get all the greens they want. The other good thing about the automatic feeder is it helps them get to their weight a lot quicker. We're looking for our pigs to get to around 250 pounds before we butcher them. That's going to take roughly around 6 months. Why we choose 250 pounds is once they start getting over that weight, they start putting on a lot more fat. And when you bring your pigs to a butcher, they charge you by hanging weight. And what that means is they're going to dispatch the pig, they're going to open it up, take out all the innards, and they're going to hang it, and they're going to weigh it. And you're going to get charged for that weight. But you're not going to get all that meat. After that, they're going to skin it, and they're going to take all the fat off, and then they're going to cut up the meat. So the skin and the fat that is thrown away, you just paid for all of that, and you don't get anything out of it. So if you can keep them around 250 pounds, that's the ideal weight for a pig before they start adding on a lot more fat versus meat after that. We make our pigs a pen inside of our electric fence pasture. We're not home on the homestead all the time. We're working or we're gone. We can lock them up in here, and I don't have to worry about a tree falling on the fence while I'm gone, or say a bear or a moose runs in and takes out the fence. So we lock them up in here. I have our pen made out of cattle panels with T-posts, and then I made a gate, and I have some 4x4 posts. And every time we move the pigs to a new area, which is only once for us, I'll move that. So whether we're doing 2 different kinds of pigs a year, I'll move that twice a year. If I'm just doing spring pigs, I'll just move it once in the springtime. I just put my 4x4 post in the ground and put a gate on it. The reason I like doing this is pigs like to push It's a very strong and durable gate, but this gives them something to push up against. If I had an electric fence here, they wouldn't push on it, and once the electric fence gate was open, they don't want to walk through it. Pigs are very smart, and they learn that electric fence, when they hit it, it hurts. And then once it's not there, they don't realize that. They just know that there's a mental barrier in that area, that when I touched or walked through that area, I got zapped and it hurt, and I don't want to do that again. So an electric gate doesn't work that well for pigs. You're better off having a physical gate. For their shelter, we're using an IBC tote that we cut a hole out of. And it works great for them, especially when they're younger. When they start getting a little bit bigger than this, they both won't be able to fit in there. But it's okay, and they'll be able to sleep outside at that point. In yesterday's video, we brought wood chips in the pig pen. If you want to know why we did that, I'm going to put a link to that video right here. Up front, they've really been working this area well. You got to clear it up here. It's a lot more greener out here. If the pigs don't end up cleaning up this area, like they did this area, we'll end up fencing it off from here to here, so they're back this way more, and that'll force them to eat that greenery and leave this nice area alone. This is our apple orchard, one of our apple orchards, so they cleaned it up nicely. We don't want them disturbing it too much. If the pigs end up disturbing the orchard area too much, that's our fault, and that's mismanagement. That means we didn't force them out and get them working in another area soon enough. Our fence system is a DC powered electric fence. I have an old car battery here. I have two of them. I'll have a link down in the description below for the fence charger we use. We've had really good luck with it now. But I have two car batteries that are just older. They're not good for a car. And I keep one in the basement on a trickle charger when I need it, and I just keep swapping them out. I'll get a good month to 2 months out of the battery, depending on how much shrubs or grass is touching our electric fence. Let me unplug this and shut this off, and then we'll go over and show you the fence. So for our electric fence, we use T-post and fiberglass posts. We have 2 strands of electric fence wire with our insulators. I'll have a link in the description down below for all these products also. What I find that works good for the electric fence spacing, one at knee high and a one at the middle of your shin. Let's see. This works really well for the pigs and for us. When I want to get in and out of my pig pasture, I just need to step over the fence. When we look, we always look up, about, and around, and that's human perspective. When we're building our fences for our animals, especially for our pigs, we need to put ourselves in their perspectives and how do they look. A pig is always looking down. They don't look up, they look down. So let me show you. So a pig is always like this. So this is at their schnauzer level, and this one. So this will be like their snout, they would hit it, and that hurts on a wet nose. And this is kind of more of like their forehead height. So you want to keep it low. A pig's always looking this way. They don't look up, and they're not seeing above this that they can jump over it. I've never seen a pig jump either. I've seen them run, but I've never seen them jump. So they're always seeing this as their barrier, and once they touch it a couple of times, they don't want to do it again. Could you imagine sticking your wet tongue to an electric fence and how that would feel? I think that's how it's going to feel on their wet nose, because a pig's nose is always wet, and oh, that's going to hurt. And this right here is one of the biggest reasons why we keep our pigs on pasture. Girls ready to come out? Are you ready? Are you ready to come out? Now those are some happy pigs. Yes, you're a happy pig. And a happy pig makes for some great pork and bacon. We want to know that our pigs and all of our animals here at Lumna Acres had a great life in just one bad day. Where else could they get this kind of life? How are those apples? How many pigs get to eat apples from 100-year-old heirloom New England apple trees? Not very many, but we get to do it here at Lumna Acres. There's a few different ways you can figure out the weight of your pigs. One is you can put them on a scale. I don't know about you, but I don't have a scale big enough for that, and I don't know how good my pigs would want to stand still anyways. The other one you can do is you can measure them with a tape measure, then you can calculate it and you can figure out how much they weigh. We did this last year and it's pretty darn accurate. If you'd like to see that, leave it in the comments down below and we can make a video on that explaining to you how that all works. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it, it really helps the channel grow. We want to thank you for that. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We're getting close. And when we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing 3 different giveaways. Thumbs up for that. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow at Lumna Acres, a guide to modern homesteading, self-sufficiency, and freedom. Bye.